I think the first order of business is, do I know how to work this? I think it's just the one button. Yes. Well, 2024, an eventful year. It started out as it usually does, and we realized that we were on some good trajectories on things that were happening. So first of all, it was the 10th anniversary since our founding as Carequality, and the 6th year as an independent, non-for-profit. We completed the first ever full dispute process. Took a lot of time this past year, and it's a good place, I think, for me to pause and reflect at the fact that we're a community-led organization, which means that when we operate, when we participate, when we act with each other, we do it together. We do it with trust. I want to recognize right at the outset the wonderful support from all of the volunteer, on their own time, professionals that come together to help with this. Our steering committee, our advisory board, the board of directors, and I'd like to ask in particular the Carequality staff to stand for a moment, those who are in the room, to be recognized for all the time, effort, and energies this past year as we had what we think of as an unusual year. Further, I don't know about everyone here, but I've had a marvelous time. This is a beautiful venue. So much effort behind the scenes to make all this happen for us to come and enjoy each other's company. So thank you so very much. TEFCA became real this past year as well, which has been a topic for quite a while, and here we are. It is all very much music to my ears. And I'm going to be going with a music analogy throughout the address this morning, because first of all, I like analogies, and I'm going to try to not mix all my metaphors, a special challenge for me. But music to my ears, the things that happened this past year. We had a fast tempo, 51 implementers, over 100 connections. We hit 1 billion exchanges this past year in a couple of the months. Presto. Here's what's behind that. It's an eye chart. I did not bring binoculars. I don't think you did either. But I think it's appropriate to reflect on what a rich community that we have. If you attended yesterday and heard the panel, you might have heard me talk about the highway that we started on and the superhighway that we're headed towards. And a big part of this has to do with the number and types of our implementers and the number and types of actors and consumers across our community that are relying on our networks for interoperability. Here are some statistics. Now, in my regular life, I'm in analytics. For me, everything has been about data. I am going to resist the temptation to interpret the data behind me. For example, reflecting on that you can see blips throughout the year, you can see uplifts in our volumes, you might understand what's behind those numbers, but it is incredible to reflect on how our country and how healthcare organizations have gotten on and into the orchestra to participate. So the refrain I was thinking about yesterday, trust has been a recurring theme this past year, so I think it's apropos that it's been a recurring theme for us yesterday and will continue today. Yesterday, some things that were on my mind, considering whether our patients are really benefiting, whether there's value in terms of what we're exchanging and who consumes it and who sees it. Understanding how we can provide uplift for public health. Creating harmony. And what I mean by that is moving from coarse grain to fine grain and understanding who is exchanging and what they're trying to do. And thinking through, are they supported? Do we understand and agree with the things that our business partners are trying to do? Now, I need to switch metaphors because talking to some friends yesterday, we came up with a different one. And it has to do with a friend of mine asked to borrow my little Toyota Corolla to go to the hardware store. I said, sure, of course. Here are the keys. They came back earlier or later in the day, and they had filled the back seat and the trunk with gravel. They went to the gravel pit, which technically is kind of adjacent to hardware. So G, it's not what I had in mind when you said hardware. I was thinking maybe some fasteners, some duct tape maybe, wire ties. That's what I like to go for, light bulbs. But had I known that you wanted to go to the gravel pit, here's my pickup truck. Here's $50 and a shovel. No problem. So, in my humble opinion, when I think about the who and the what and creating harmony, and the discussions we're having about how much we've packed into treatment purpose, I think about how we unpack that a little bit, how we understand it better, and how we support it. Ensuring that the band is in tune, that we know what harmonies we're playing and to make sure that we're playing appropriately together. And really, on top of all that, wondering who is the lucky bachelor. Out there, everyone's a lucky bachelor. All right, so I don't believe I'm going to read through this whole agenda, but I encourage everyone to stick around, to actively participate, to be present. We're going to talk a little bit about how we got through the disagreement this past year. Interoperability matters. I hear that the FBI is coming today. I can't wait. But they're going to be talking about real things, real cases. At Kaiser, where I work, we have this compliance group and an investigations group, and they come in every once in a while and they tell us all these investigations that they've done. I find it fascinating, so I hope you will as well. We've got in conference sessions to round things out today, and that will lead us into the FBI talk, so I hope everyone sticks around for it. With that, again, I'd like to encourage everyone to enjoy yourselves today, network, get to know each other, get to know the who, get to know the what. And with that, we'll turn it over and begin the day. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming.